show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Y'all call that shit hate. Y'all call that shit hate. I call it keeping it real. Feeling over facts. This is how I feel. Y'all call that shit hate. I call that shit keeping it real. Feeling over facts. This is how I feel. Y'all call that shit hate. I call it keeping it real. Feeling over facts. This is how I feel. Y'all call that shit hate. I call that shit keeping it real. Feeling over facts. This is how I feel.
Oh, you ready for that? You are now tuned in to the realest podcast in the world with your host, Dr. Real, and my co-host,
Thea, aka Thugga.
Hey, that shit take too long. I was trying to time it. Round of applause for Thank you. I heard the prayer in that voice. How was your day?
It actually
How
ended
you
up being a
feeling?
good day.
Okay, good.
How was your day?
I had a pretty decent. It was all right, I'm the hardest working man, at my job. I work hard. I do a lot of stuff. It's exhausting, mentally, physically, but I make it through,
Same
unlike
here.
everybody else, I got a heavy load,
You're right. You do
you
have
know
a
how.
heavy load.
Okay, now tonight's topic is because for some reason people misinterpret the word need. So let me clear this up. When I'm saying need, I'm not saying that you're needy or you're vulnerable or you're the damsel in distress or, nobody, as adults, nobody really need nobody, right? But the context that I'm saying the word need is the value of the opposite sex.
Yes.
Again, the whole purpose of this podcast is to demonstrate and show ways to be positive in your partnership. Unity, not to sit here and bash each side, right? So let's get that clear and see a want is something that's not more important than a need. You know what I'm saying? Again, as parents, you buy your kids what they need before you buy them what they want, right? So when I say need, we're going to give y'all some examples and some reasons without saying sex and without saying money.
Right.
Again, I don't know it's so hard for people to comprehend and understand. Okay? So, ladies first, thugger,
Okay.
give them some example why a man is important to have and good to have.
Uh, I was thinking about this earlier. I freaking hate bugs with a passion. I hate roaches. I hate spiders. I hate all that shit. And most men do not mind getting rid of that shit.
Right.
I also think a man is really good with cars. Some women are too, but it is nice to have a man understand that shit, take care of that shit.
And, and we're
Sorry.
talking about men. We're not talking about the irresponsible motherfuckers that y'all so-called be picking, but that's a whole nother episode. Go ahead. Continue. Sorry. Continue.
I think I really do like a man that. Sorry, there's some like, street racer behind me. I don't know if you can hear that or not. What the hell? Uh, I like a man to be a protector. I think that's really like when I go out somewhere with a man. I think it's really nice to have the man to be with me and to protect me. I think it's
Right.
this will be controversial. My husband would kill me for saying this, but I like a man to drive.
Right. Right.
I'm trying to think. I also like
So,
a man. Oh, you go ahead.
okay. Now, again, first of all, I'm going to start off with saying that women have a different perspective and they can solve things and problems and issues that a man can't solve. We don't think the same. If I'm all logic, she's using her heart. Some answers require, or some problems require emotional answers. You see what I'm saying? Cleaning. A man can clean, but a woman is more detailed in cleaning. You see what I'm saying? And again, you have to respect your partner intellect and mind. I don't want to be with a woman that I don't respect her mentality. You see what I'm saying? So again, it goes both ways. A good
Right.
leader have to also know when to follow. So just as well as a woman need to listen to their man, a man have to listen to their woman. Because again, we don't think the same. We don't
Right.
see shit the same. A woman have an intuition. A woman can sense something that a man just ain't even paying no fucking attention to. You know what I'm saying? I love, I love the smell of a woman. I love a woman company. I love to lay up on there and cuddle with a woman. I can't buy a maid to do that shit. You know? So again, my need for a woman is not just sex. It's not just a fucking what else? Her looks or whatever. It's just that again, two heads are always better than one. You feel me? And instead of us highlighting our differences and making a conflict, we need to use that shit to our advantage.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And know when to tap out. Okay. If you know your husband good with cars, why the fuck are you talking to the man? Why you talking to the mechanic? Take your ass on and let him handle that. Vice versa. If your woman is good at designing or decorating the house, the hell you in there for? Let her do her job. Let her do what she's good at instead of making. Because a lot of people put their partner in a position to fail. That's just like me saying, "Hey, honey, come move this dresser," and then get mad because she ain't strong enough to move it. You see what I'm saying? Opposed to me saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go get my homeboy. We gonna handle that, baby. You ain't got to worry about that." Like you say, with the trash. You know what I'm saying? So as adults, you got the right now. Back in the day when you lived with your parents, you ain't had no choice. They gave you chores, whether you like them motherfuckers or not. But as two adults, you can sit down and say, "Hey, I don't like doing this. Hey, I like doing that." Therefore, ain't nobody burnt out. Ain't nobody mad. You know what I'm You know what I'm saying? And again, at the end of the day, we're not equal. We're not the same people. And so sitting here trying to, I don't understand. Again, I don't. Nobody need nobody. As an adult, you should want your own shit. You know what I'm saying? You should want your own car, your own house, your own. No, but it's different when you have a partner. It make both people life easy. But it's always women saying they don't need a man, opposed to a man saying that shit. Now again, we got new humans saying that I could just get a maid, I can get a shelf, and I get man that shit crazy. But guess who raising them? Women, because that's women's shit. And I mean, I'm not bragging, but I was born. I'm gonna say I was raised with a double parent home. So I saw each person play their fucking role because it's teamwork at the end of the day. And I don't think a lot
Yeah.
of people are getting raised to be in a team. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? Everybody's on, oh, me, or I'm, and, you know, you don't need no man or you don't need no woman. Let me come. No, that shit crazy. So it's more, it's like, again, hell, just having somebody that can calm me down, you know? Some, a man need a hug sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Not a motherfucker to put gasoline to the fire. I done had a long day, man. Shit, I can't say I'm sad. Goddamn, just give me a hug, or kiss me.
Right.
If I'm wrong, you know, if I'm wrong, say, hey, baby, chill, man, relax, baby. I don't need a
Right.
motherfucker. Ah, man, shut the fuck up, man. Come on, man. Again, so society is making it seem like women are only good for sex and men only good for money. And it ain't a color thing. You know, this shit is like reality. And that's what's going on. And I just don't understand why this shit is this hard at this age.
Right.
Like this shit is hard. And not saying that, you know, a relationship ain't nothing that you know, you gotta work on that shit every day. But the man versus woman shit, like that shit hard for no reason. So again, you have to let, and every relationship is different, but you have to highlight your partner's strong points, not their weaknesses.
Oh yeah. 100%.
You know, I mean, it's just like playing basketball. I mean, I used to play point guard, meaning that I can score, but if I want to win, I got to get my team involved. So if I know my homeboy can shoot threes better than me, I'm gonna pass the ball because I'm trying to win. If I know my big homeboy can score in the paint, I'm not gonna take that shot. I'm gonna pass him the ball. Because at the end of the day, when y'all work together, everybody wins. And I think a lot of people feel that, you know, it's a lot of you can't have it all. If you're a career driven person, then you can't. That means you're not a team player. And it go for men and women. Cause there's a lot of men that say, "Man, I don't need no woman. I'm good. I'm straight. I don't, you know, I don't." But then but when the damn sun go down, you on Facebook talking about I'm lonely. I need me a woman. You know. But in the daytime, you don't need one. That shit
Right.
crazy. And it goes both ways.
100%. I agree with that. I think uh I I think women sometimes discredit the amount of work that men do, and I may get a lot of heat for that, but I think you don't think about it until when the time comes when a man tells you all they do, you're like, oh shit.
And vice versa. I don't think that men understand how um how difficult it is to be a woman as well. Because again, even if you're a stay-at-home mom, dealing with them goddamn kids that's not nothing to take for granted or be devalue. You know what I'm saying? That shit hard too. It's actually kind of harder. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's
Oh
when it
yeah,
go.
my kids go to daycare. I mean, I'm also work, but historically, men. have been pressured to be the financial providers, but it's not to say that our expectations should overshadow the aspect of their character potential.
Totally agree. But again,
I
but that's the problem, and I'm glad she said that. But in in this world that we're living in, both parties are not happy with their traditional roles. Men don't want to be the providers no more, and the woman don't want to be the nurturer. Everybody
I
mad.
don't
Oh, I can. Oh, I can do just what I did. Blah blah blah. Both
I don't
roles
think
are,
that's true.
huh?
I don't think that's true for every case.
Man, listen. If again, it depends on the relationship because if I'm gonna give you an example, I had got laid off when my second son was born, right?
Mm,
And but my child mother at the time was making the most money and she was still working. We couldn't afford daycare. So I couldn't contribute with a job. But guess what? I kept the child. You see what I'm saying? So the role, it's not. It can be. It depends on the situation. Being a team player is more. You can contribute to make the relationship smooth in more ways because again, if I'm, it ain't my fault that I lost the job
right.
or shit happens. So instead of me sitting here being depressed and putting extra weight on her, so now she got to pay daycare and the bills. No, I'm gonna take some off her plate, and it worked for a little while until I got back on my feet. You see what I'm saying? That's what, and so the roles get reversed. But to sit here and say, "Oh, you're a stay-at-home mama. Oh, you sorry as hell. You need to go get a job." Vice versa. Oh, yeah, you let that man stay home and you do all the. Come on, man. You got
Yeah,
to do.
definitely. If you're in a relationship in a joint household, you both have equal parts. And if I can't make up when you're down, I make up for you. It depends on the relationship. We are in different times, so role reversing should be an acceptable thing. 100%.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's still traditional marriages. It's still stay-at-home moms. It's stay-at-home dads. So I agree, but things are things are expensive only when you buy that shit. If you cut back your bills and your lifestyle, it depends on your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't like to make bills, you know, but what the fuck? If you spend money, then of course your lifestyle gonna be expensive. So you're right. You need to. It's people struggling with two goddamn people working because of their lifestyle. Because of they what the stuff that they're materialistic. They want to show off for other people. It's called keeping up with the fucking Joneses. You know what I'm saying? So again, you're right. It depends on the relationship and it depends on your lifestyle. Are you willing to sacrifice your lifestyle for 1 year to be straight for the rest of your life? A lot of people can't do that
Right.
or live within their means. Because again, it's still people that follow the tradition.
Not,
Shit.
and I will say, shout out to Brian. He's really great. Like because he owns his own business. So when he's on a slow day, he will go to Costco, get some of the shit done, pick up the kids, whatever is needed. And I think that's a stand up man.
Right. Again, and that's what I was saying. You do what works for your whatever works for your relationship. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm.
again, as a team, you have to you got to play your role. And then the person that you're in the team with have to respect your role and don't belittle your role or devalue your role because you need both fucking roles.
Right. And
You
then
know?
like I always pay him back in the summer because he does AC heating business. This summer he's booked, and I make sure. everything's taken care of in the summer.
Right. And it works. But again, if you're sitting here saying, well, I work all the time. All you do is sit your ass home all day with the kids. Man, that shit is the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. Or you can say, tell the person, oh man, all you do is work, and I'm sitting home with the kids all the time. Man, you're gonna always have that argument. You're gonna always have that disagreement, and you can't win if you're arguing with your teammates. That's in sports. If y'all don't get along, hey, you ain't gonna win.
Communicate, she said, it's called communication. That's right. And I think
Right.
you just, and sometimes, you know what? Like, to be honest, I've been drowning these past few weeks. Drowning, drowning, drowning at work. And then I sit there and tell my husband, I'm drowning. And you know what he does? He tries to help pick up the pieces to help me when I'm drowning. And I'll pay it back to him because I know this summer he'll sit there and say, I'm drowning, drowning, drowning. I can't handle shit. And I will repay it back.
Right. I mean, again, a team is people that work together no matter what, and you're supposed to pick up the slack of your partner, not highlight where they slacking at. And again, it's easier said than done. I'm not talking no. I'm a realist. You know, sometimes shit don't just go that easy. But if both people respect each other to the point that when you don't agree, you don't lose that respect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And again, you don't devalue your significant other, and you should be with somebody that you trust and respect their mind. Like I tell my significant other all the time, you like one of the people that I listen to. I'm a hard headed motherfucker, and I'm stubborn. But if I respect your decision making or respect your intellect, then hey, I'm gonna listen. I might not listen to everything, but if it makes sense, you know, I'm
Right.
gonna listen because I prefer a mental connection and a chemistry over just the fact that hey, I got to be with somebody or I'm with this woman because she got a good job or she got good credit. I can't use people like that. You know what I'm
Same for
saying?
women. Same for women. Like, you need to find somebody that treats you with respect and can take the load when you don't need when you can't handle the load.
Right. And I mean, I mean, you can only fake for so long, you know, and that shit ain't gonna last long. If you with a person because of what they can do for you or what they're providing for you, and you genuinely don't like that person, that shit ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna last. And ladies, men ain't dumb. You know, we could tell a woman that like us, and we could tell a woman that's using us, just like y'all can. So let's get that clear. Everything go both ways. If you ain't in a relationship and you and your significant other have the understanding that everything go both ways. Shit only get bad when one person doing more than the other. Nobody want to do that. Even at your job, if you doing all the damn work, you're not gonna want to go to work. You gonna, but the person that's doing all the work gonna have to learn how to sit their ass down and share the fucking workload.
If a man cannot stimulate me mentally and emotionally, to hell with the sex and money.
Right. And vice versa. Cause again, ladies, your looks, that shit gonna fade if you got a fucked up attitude and all you doing is taking and not giving. Nobody in their
That's,
mind, nobody in their right mind gonna keep dealing with that shit.
and from speaking from someone that's had issues with my husband, we're good now, but the sex is always better when you're good.
Right. Because you got time to want to even have it because everybody ain't burnt out. And you don't have to be burnt out physically. That shit mentally can drain the shit out you too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you always worrying about something, then you ain't got no time to have no sex or don't even want to have no goddamn sex. If we can't even get along and talk shit out, because again, if you under the impression that everything gonna be sugar and cream every fucking day, then you need to stop, because that shit ain't gonna happen.
No.
You're gonna disagree, but it's all about how you disagree. Are we gonna disagree to break up? Or are we gonna disagree to work through this shit? Because if it's a problem, we should have a solution.
And then talk about it and
Talk.
talk and talk and talk.
Right. And if you need to take a break, then okay, well, we're gonna agree to disagree tonight. We'll talk about that later.
Right. Like that's kind of a good topic. Like what does it say? Never go to sleep. What is that saying? Never go to sleep upset or
Yeah,
never
never
go to sleep.
mad at each other. Yeah.
Yeah, no, sometimes you have to. I'm sorry, I disagree with that statement.
That's reality. That's real. That's real. But at the same time, the reason why that is said is that boom, what if one of y'all get in an accident and y'all pass away? Then your last interaction with your husband or your wife, y'all was at odds. So now you
Okay,
got a form of regret.
okay, I was speaking for myself, like in the home, but I understand what you're saying with that.
Right. I mean, we're talking about reality though. You're right. Sometimes again, a break is needed. It's better to take a break than to keep beating a dead horse. Now, if cause shit escalate quick and it go too far. Again, it's easier said than done. Both parties got to be willing to understand that the respect is not going to fade. We're going to disagree, but we're not going to disagree to the point that I hate you or fuck you. I want a divorce, over every little issue, And a lot of people ain't tough. Motherfucker don't want to handle it. Motherfucker can't handle nothing. And those kind of situations should make you closer than farther apart. You know what I'm saying?
I also think in an argument, I think if you're okay, if you're in a relationship, married, you shouldn't use the terms, well, let's just be done. Let's just
Right.
break up. Because once you start saying that, then it becomes every argument.
Right. But again, I just really feel, and again, I feel that men soft as fuck and women are soft as fuck when it comes to that, because we in a world that have us thinking that we got options or the grass is greener. Everybody you gonna encounter in a relationship gonna have good and bad shit.
But
It's just different. You have to pick your poison. So, if you find somebody that you can deal with, then hey, deal with it. I'm
if you
guilty of
find if you find someone that puts up with your dumbass quirks, keep
it.
them.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Cause everybody ain't gonna deal with that shit. You feel me? That's why you can't judge nobody in their relationship. You can say, "Oh, man, she crazy as hell to be with him," or "He crazy as hell." Oh man, shit, that shit go both ways. So what I'm saying, just like the word submission. Submission is not, that don't mean slave. That just means that you're willing to cooperate with your significant other. That's all that is. Cooperation. You're when they tell you, when they ask you to do something, you say, "Yeah, honey, I do it." You see what I'm saying? It ain't, hey, hell no, I ain't be doing submission to no man. He don't tell me what the fuck to do. And vice versa. So I think we take words like need out of context, because nobody need nobody.
I do need a man. I'm not even joking. I hate bugs with passion. I do need a man to.
And again, if I can wash clothes, but my significant other wash them better. You see what I'm saying? My house clean, but it's man clean. It ain't woman clean. So we got to respect each other's roles. That's all. It's all about respect. If you want to be in a relationship, marriage, whatever, understand that it's a team thing. It's not a I thing. And everything go both ways. Is and you just gotta pick your poison. Everybody crazy. You just gotta find the goddamn crazy you can deal with. Except for Thugger. My bad. Sorry. My bad. You the only one that ain't crazy.
Oh, I'm crazy
I,
as hell.
if you,
I
trust me.
This
If you
week I was like, oh God,
listen,
I
I got a PhD in dealing with crazy people.
that's why you deal with me.
That's why we get along. See, the first step is you got to admit the problem. Then you can work on that motherfucker. Shit, everybody
Yes,
crazy.
I think I must. I think I called our coworkers special. I'm like, Lord, I'm just as special as they are.
But again, if you're good with me personally, I judge people off their character, and if they good outweigh they motherfucking bad, hey, I can deal with it. Cause everybody
I'm,
gonna have bad days. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody fucking perfect. We are human.
I'm
So
glad you can take me for my better days and my crazy days.
shit, hey, like I say, this is a team situation. Stop trying to focus on words and understand that a man need a woman and a woman need a fucking man. It's just that simple. It's black and white, you know? And we just gave y'all some reasons without saying sex and without saying money. So hopefully we help somebody. And I appreciate Miss Jordan for coming, coming in the live with us. She has some very good insight tonight.
She did. Thank you.
And we're talking about unity. We're trying to give y'all examples of healthy relationships. And again, it's easier said than done. Ain't nobody fucking perfect. But follow me on all social media. I got a new single coming out called No Love. Produced by my homeboy Young J. Shit a banger.
Looking, looking
Uh,
forward to it.
I'm gonna display it on the podcast one of these days. So and I'm working on the video this weekend. So y'all be on the lookout for that shit. That shit is a beautiful song. So understand y'all that everybody have to play a role, and you have to respect your significant other role. You know, keeping the kids is just as important as a motherfucker going to work. So stop the bullshit. Get with somebody that you genuinely care for, and try not to leave cause the shit hard. Toughen up. Stop being fucking crybabies. Put your big girl drawers on, panties I meant to say, and men put your fucking big boy motherfucking pants on. Stop all the goddamn whining, cause sometimes the grass ain't greener. Sometimes it's better to just water the grass you got. So you got anything? Cause we folk
Nope. Just step
like,
up
huh?
and never mind.
Oh no, you were saying something. My bad. I ain't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, never mind.
Okay, never mind. Well, like, share, follow me on Twitch, Birdino22, YouTube, Birdino. I think TikTok, Dr. Real, Facebook, Birdino, and
You can follow me at Theo
follow.
Watts.
Oh, and everybody that's part of her fan base. She
You
say
can add
just
me on Facebook.
she say all you can do. She say all you have to do is just DM her. No,
Yeah.
I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing.
No, you're good. Whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because they're supposed to be DMing you. what we said? What you were gonna start doing? Oh, for advice, something like that. What we said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Just vent to me about something.
Right. Vent. Oh yeah, vent. And we'll put it on there. We'll get she'll you know, discuss it and try to get y'all some solutions. Again, we're trying to find the solution, not the problem. So y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all Friday. Thank you, and we're out.